Sorry,
exactly.
Phil. I can't stop playing this guitar. It's absolutely beautiful.
It is.
It's a gorgeous guitar.
It's stunning, isn't it?
Come sit down and talk to me about
Let's talk about this guitar.
Oh, we're not talking about this one.
We're talking about this one.
Oh, we are talking about this. Okay, that's good. That's good. Sorry, I'm getting confused.
I just like to hold a guitar, you know.
You should hold
if I've got
that
nothing
is
in my hands, you know, what do I do with my hands?
That is true. That is true.
So we've got a lovely Tokai.
Oh yes.
This is called the LS95 gold top.
See that? Gold?
Absolutely stunning. I think this one is from about, I'm only guessing.
It's from 95? It's called 95?
No.
Right, okay.
The actual 95, the number actually designates how much yen you pay for the guitar, so it's 95,000 yen.
Really?
For that guitar, yeah.
Surely inflation's going to cut into that. Like that's a weird way of calling guitar, you know, naming the guitar. But
well, no, that's how Gibson did in the 50s.
Oh, right.
So when you had the old ES225,
that was
it was $225.
Get out of
the
here.
The ES335
no, it wasn't.
Was $335.
Really?
That's exactly what it is.
You learn something new every day with Phil.
So that's how Tokai's done it with these Japanese guitars. It's designated the yen price.
Right.
So that's the LS95, 95,000 yen. I think that's I'm not 100%.
Turn you off.
I think it's about 2012 model. So it's a recent Tokai.
Well, I don't care what model it is. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's a stunner.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going up in the budget now. This is not a cheap guitar.
No.
Let's be honest, Phil. It's not a cheap guitar.
We're moving up in the budget. You know,
you wouldn't get this from your paper round.
You would not. It's a Japanese guitar, and I think new. You would probably pay around, I don't know, 1,100 euros.
Yeah,
I bought this one second hand in mint condition with a case.
It's absolutely mint.
For 800 euros.
Look at the I mean, look.
Stunning.
It's a standard. It's a standard.
Yeah.
It's a standard.
At the same shop, you buy a second hand Gibson Les Paul for 1,600 euros.
Easy.
Exactly double the price of this.
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, there is not 1 ounce of quality difference between this and a Les Paul standard. It's a stunning guitar. And one thing I actually like about the Tokais is there's a bit more honesty in them. And what I'm talking about there is this one's the LS95. They've actually designated a 2-piece mahogany back. Now it's matched very well. It's even hard to tell it is. But there's another model called the LS110, and that is a 1-piece body. Right,
so you pay more yen.
Yeah, exactly. But with a Gibson standard, you go into the shop and it may be a 1-piece back or it may be a 2-piece back. And I think there's a bit of dishonesty where they should be saying, okay, if it's a 2-piece mahogany body, it's a little cheaper, but Gibson doesn't do that. And I'm glad to see the Japanese are going, well, no, I mean, it is a 2-piece back, so we'll be charging a bit less, you know?
It's gorgeous. I can't fault this guitar. I mean, I remember when you let me play, this guitar?
I will let you play that guitar?
No, when you did let me play, I was stunned. These are soap bar. Are these soap bar, kind of soap bar?
These are a P90 soap bar pickup.
Yeah, which I aesthetically wouldn't be my cup of tea. You know, they look kind of 50-ish or something.
Well, that's,
Hey, that's fine, that's cool, but you know, I'm more of a metalhead, you know yourself. They're far too clean looking for me, and these are actually single coils.
Single coil pickups, they
See,
are
that's what's weird as well. They're actually single coils, but they're... Ooh, there's a funny noise there. Something's dying anyway. And you can hear the hum.
You can hear the hum. There is more hum.
There is a hum. There's a bit of hum there.
The single coil pickups. You know, these are what Gibson used before they went to the humbucker pickup. Now,
but they're so thick. They're so heavy.
They're still a really ballsy sound. And I'll tell you exactly why they have a beautiful tone. Is when Seth Lover designed the humbucker pickup in '57, he wasn't trying to change the tone. He was just trying to buck the hum from the pickup.
Exactly.
So to take away that...
annoying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's all he was trying to do. So if you've got a P90 guitar from the 50s and then you've got a humbucker, there's really not a lot of difference in tone. I'd say the P90s have a bit more, a touch of a trebly tone. I think the humbucker takes that away a little bit. But in essence, they are the same pickup. All Gibson did is, or Seth Lover, there's 10,000 winds of wire around that pickup, right?
Wow.
And when they created the humbucker, the 2 bobbins, he put 5,000 winds on this one, 5,000 winds on that one, reverse the polarity, so then you're bucking the hum. So it's literally, in essence, a very similar pickup. Right. Where with your Fenders, their single coils are probably only about 5,000 winds on one pickup. So that's created a whole different tone.
Wow. You know everything.
I'm a boring bastard.
No, it's incredible. You are an encyclopedia guitaranica.
Exactly. If I said it with a bit more excitement, it may help, but I'm a bit drony. But there you go.
Sometimes a sound is worth 1,000 words. Sweet tone. And of course, our little neck. Bit of tube screamer, maybe?
Tube screamer. Give it some tube screamer. Gary.
No, my name's Dan.
Lovely, yeah.
That is pretty nuts, and it's very noisy as well. But that's the soap part.
That's the single coil pickups. And I mean, one thing cool about the Tokai is they are more of a vintage reissue guitar, and meaning it's got the proper ABR1 style bridge that Gibson used originally in the 50s, in the late 60s.
Oh, I see. Without the kind of, you get a, what you call it, the
not the screw top. That's more the Epiphone. But later the Gibsons had a Nashville bridge. Yeah. Oh, now the bridge was actually thicker. And they had different posts. So the whole thing is, because obviously some of these guitars weren't intonating properly, they created this bridge which is a bit wider, so the guitars could intonate properly because they weren't putting them in the right place. So they the 50s Gibsons could be very inconsistent that way. So Gibson was constantly trying to fix their problems.
And we haven't talked about the weight of this guitar. It's just like a standard, even heavier. Dare I say it? I had a Deluxe. Do you remember I had the Deluxe sculpt top? A real Gibson Deluxe. Yeah. Real Gibson Deluxe. But it was a beast.
It was heavy.
So this is quite heavy.
I'd say around 9.5 pounds for that, which is reasonable.
Beautiful though. You can feel it. Just feels like a professional quality guitar.
It really
does. It's a stunning guitar. I mean, okay, it's not cheap. It's a lot of paper rounds.
It is.
It's a lot of paper rounds, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
It is awesome. I mean, if we're talking on the danometer, I don't know if we should go there to the danometer. I think we will.
Let's go to the danometer.
We're talking 9. I can't fault it.
No.
I'm only leaving off that last because no guitar is ever going to get 10, I think.
No,
there's always a niggle.
No.
There's a niggle.
I would give it a solid 9, and see, one thing we didn't talk about is the neck profile on this guitar.
Oh yeah. It's actually it's quite playable and slim. I don't think it's very D. It's more kind of, it's not a C, but it's not a D.
Well, it's funny you talking about that because the whole thing is that is pretty much the exact shape of my Gibson 1959 Les Paul Jr. It's the same profile. You had to mention it, folks. Of course I had to mention it. How do you say the profile of a 50s Gibson? Somebody say, oh, this is a 59 neck, this is a 60s neck, but do people know? And, I'm lucky enough to own an original Junior, which they, was the same woods, the same necks as what they were putting on a standard.
Beautiful guitar, yeah.
And this is the thing.
It's actually lovely. It's not D, it's just nice. It's a nice shallow D.
Yeah.
It's lovely, but it's not C.
No, it's not C.
It is just in that happy middle. It's like they've shaved a little bit off the back kind of thing, but it's beautiful. It's very playable. It's just gorgeous.
Exactly, and I really think Tokai from the 70s. I think that there would have been 59 Les Pauls in Japan, and I think Tokai probably modelled their Les Paul Reborn from the late 70s off a real 59. They were the closest things to a real 59 at that time because Gibson weren't doing that. They were doing guitars like this one.
Oh, drool.
Oh, gorgeous guitar, but with that volute.
Show the folks the guitar.
Yeah, the volute on the neck. This is a 5-piece maple and ebony neck.
On the neck, yeah.
On the neck.
Yeah,
so yes, Gibson were doing things because the guitars, the neck joints were breaking. So Gibson was constantly doing stuff to sort of fix these problems with the guitars, but people still loved them because of the people playing them. Yeah, all those guys, Jimmy Page and Clapton and all that made them famous. Billy Gibbons. So, so Tokai said, well, we're going to give people what they want, and stunning guitars.
Stunning.
I don't have a bad word to say about any Tokai that I've owned.
That's the only thing you've changed on it is the
tuners is the only thing I changed. I think they do have a Goto tuner which has that very green button on there, and I just love that sort of clear plastically look.
And everything else is stock.
Everything else on the guitar is stock.
Everything's
stock. Yeah.
Very nice, very tasty.
That's it.
Shall we?
Let's do a bit of a jam. I think we've given us a fair review. It's it's stunning. I would recommend anyone a Tokai guitar.
On the filometer? We should have asked.
Oh, I would look. I'd be over. I'd say 9.5 because it's for the price. It's the huge thing. It's literally half the price of a Les Paul standard, but I think you're actually going over standard quality there. I mean, they are a fabulous guitar, and to be paying half the price of a Gibson for exactly the same quality, it just makes it a phenomenal guitar for the price.
Let's rock it, man.
Let's give it some.
Thank you.